chiming.
I'm recording now. Hello Internet, this is Olin from What I'm Listening To. I have more or less just woken up, so I'm still waiting for the caffeine to kick in here. I have been collecting vinyl, and typically I will include one piece of vinyl with all the other CDs I've gotten. This time I wanted to actually dedicate a vlog to doing all vinyl. And so I have here 5 pieces of vinyl that I am actually very excited to show you, so here we go. So the first thing, I don't even know which one I want to start with. Okay, let's do this one. The first thing is Flying Saucer Attack. I have talked about this band so much in past vlogs, and for those of you who don't know, this is like one of my favorite bands of all time. I have pretty much everything of theirs on CD. This one is a compilation of various B-sides and singles that were released before they released their first album. This one had been reissued along with Mirror, New Lands, and Further. I had been holding off on getting it for a while because this one I wasn't as familiar with as the other albums, and so finally, after looking at it for weeks and weeks, I decided that I want it. And I'm glad I got it because everything this band does is fantastic. This is the last of the Drag City reissues. There's 2 more albums that they need to reissue, and I'm looking forward to getting those, but till then I'll be listening to this one. The next one is actually a local band here. This is the Hoxton Mob. My manager at my job is in a band. This is his band here. I checked out his band on their Bandcamp and I said to him, I will buy your album as soon as I have money. And he's like, oh no, don't do that. I'll just give you a copy of the vinyl. I'm kind of flabbergasted by that because, I mean, vinyl is so expensive that it's just amazing to me when people are like, here, have free vinyl. But he gave me a copy of it, and I'm actually really stoked about this because it's super cool music. It's all acoustic folk stuff. He actually plays cello on here. Unfortunately, he's only, I think, on 2 or 3 songs here, but he says that they're working on a second album, which he'll be more featured in. But besides that, it's a great album, it's great songwriting, it's a great band, worth checking out. I'll put a link in the description, you can check them out yourself, but great album.
And I can't, I won't, but I do. And I can't, I won't, but I do.
You should have showed them that it was gray. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Hang on. This is where I can edit things. And also, a very cool aspect of this album is it's gray. Ooh. Ah. Look at that. It's awesome. I can edit that in. And it'll seem as though I said that in the middle of that spiel. The next album is another favorite band of mine. This is Wilco. This album, when it first came out, was released for free on the internet, which was insanely surprising because I remember going on Facebook and seeing the notification, Wilco new album for free. I couldn't really believe my eyes, and I even couldn't believe it while I was downloading it because I don't know, it seemed like it was such a scam or it was too good to be true. But as it turns out, no, it was actually this album. Every album they've done they change a little bit. This one I think is very different because they delve into some space rock, some psychedelic elements. There's actually a couple songs on here where he sounds kind of like David Bowie, which is a really interesting vocal delivery, but still very good. Needless to say, a lot of the fans weren't crazy about it. I talked to a couple people and they said it wasn't really their favorite, but for some reason I really liked it. There are a couple cuts on here that are absolutely phenomenal. So I bought the CD when it finally came out and I was excited about that. And when I finally got a turntable months later, I had been meaning to get this one on vinyl, but on a day where I was at the dentist and I had 3 cavities and they said it's probably going to be about $400 to fill these. And I was feeling sorry for myself. My girlfriend busts this out of nowhere and goes, here. I was saving this for a rainy day and this seems like a perfect opportunity, so here. And that it was raining. It put me in such a good mood. I immediately forgot about those expenses and it didn't matter, and I was really excited. This is such a great album. I'm excited to own this one and add it to my Wilco collection. Dynamite. Okay, next one, even more Flying Saucer Attack. This is their album Instrumental 2015. I was at Amoeba one time. I was browsing through the Flying Saucer Attack section, the CD section, and I saw this album. I had never seen this cover before, and I was like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this. Apparently, he had released this album after 15 years of being on a hiatus. 15 years prior to this album, they had released Mirror, and he just went quiet. Then he came out with this one out of nowhere. So needless to say, this being like one of my favorite bands ever, I freaked out. As the title implies, it's all instrumentals. There's, I believe there's actually 15 songs on here. There's simply titled Instrumental 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's slightly different than his other stuff, but it's still very psychedelic and very spacey. I really enjoy it because I think it's very good music to put on in the background when you're either working on something or you're reading or zoning out or whatever. I'm so excited that I own this one on vinyl. Because of this album, I now go to the Flying Saucer Attack section every time I go to Amoeba in hopes that he may have released another album, and so far he hasn't, but I'm gonna keep my hopes up and hope that more new music comes. The final album I have here, this one is semi-related to Flying Saucer Attack. This is Clear Horizon. In between the 15 years of Flying Saucer Attack being on a hiatus, Dave Pierce, the guy behind the band, collaborated with Jessica Byliff, who is another experimental musician. They recorded a couple tracks and released it as Clear Horizon. Much like Flying Saucer Attack, it's spacey and fuzzy and really pretty. Something about having the kind of fuzzy, spacey elements that Flying Saucer is known for, combined with Jessica's vocals, which are very smooth and gorgeous, it adds a whole new element to the music, and it's really nice, and I absolutely love this. I bought this album a while ago. I think I purchased this 3 times. I believe I bought it on iTunes, and I loved it so much that I wanted to own it physically on CD, and then now I have it on vinyl. Great album, absolutely worth checking out. And it's on the Cranky label. They put out great stuff. Check it out. Okay, internet, that does it for me. I'm going to go drink this coffee here and then go do other stuff that isn't me filming myself. So, until then, see you next time. Goodbye.